Drums. My in your eardrums. afternoon, and you're very welcome to Thomond Park here in Limerick for the Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final between Nenagh, Ormond, Tipperary and Old Crescent of Limerick. My name is Dermot Carney from finalwhistle.ie. I'm delighted to welcome you to today's game here in Thomond Park. What promises to be an exciting clash between a Division 1A powerhouse this season in Nenagh, Ormond, and a strong team from Division 2A that they met last season on course to winning that title, and that is Old Crescent. Before the game starts this afternoon, we managed to get the thoughts of both of the club presidents from their respective clubs for their thoughts ahead of kick-off.
Number 6, Ocean. Number 7, Carl.
John, just a few minutes until we're kicking off here for today's Munster Senior Challenge Cup final, Nenagh against Old Crescent. Looking forward to the occasion?
Massively, yeah. It's a huge honour to be here. I mean, some serious names on that trophy inside, and to get the chance to get your name inscribed in that is not to be sniffed at. So we're very happy, very proud and excited to be here.
Second time you've been in a final, only a couple of years ago when you were last year taking on young Munster. Now you're taking on a team just over the road from them in Old Crescent. I know Old Crescent and yourselves are very well acquainted from playing in Division 2A of the All-Ireland League for a few seasons, so you'll know exactly what you're going to get today from them.
Yeah, I suppose I didn't look into it, but our record against each other will probably be fairly matched. They're a very good side, very well drilled side, and very proud club like ourselves, you know. So it's anyone's guess how today will go, to be honest. Finals are different gravy, and it's all about that 80 minutes and who gets that bounce of the ball, to be honest.
Very tough game. You're doing very well in Division 1B, second place. Just unfortunately couldn't get over the line against Old Belvedere and keep that fight going for the 1B title, but in a very strong position to stake your claim for a 1A promotion this year. I know you'll be coming back to 1B next weekend when you have the AIL, 3 big games left there, but it's all about the cup today. So look, if you can get over the line and get your name etched in that Roll of Honour, it'll be a great achievement to build on now for the remaining games of this season.
Absolutely, it's been a massive few years for us. I mean, getting promoted last year to Division 1B was a massive honour for the club, and to do so well in our first year out in it is huge. Getting to the Senior Cup final is like the icing on the cake for a really, really memorable season. To win that and to, you know, go on, as you say, 3 more games left. There's lots of work to do yet, but all in all, it's been a huge year for the club, and we're very, very proud of the team and management.
Thanks, Joe. Best of luck this afternoon. James Rell, President of Old Crescent. It's been a good few years since you were last in a Munster Senior Challenge Cup final, taking on Nenagh, Ormond now here in Thomond Park this afternoon. Looking forward to this occasion?
I am indeed. It'll be the first time that there'll be a new name on the cup. Obviously hoping it will be our club. We've been in 3 finals before. Our last final was 2009, and actually we had a presentation of jerseys in our club before the game, and we had a Louis Nestor who played in 1955 final, in our first final, and he presented the jerseys. He's 96 years of age, and he presented the jerseys to the players. It was a great buzz in the club.
I'm sure he's here now this afternoon, sitting inside, getting ready now for what is to be a momentous occasion. I suppose when you look at that Roll of Honour, Limerick clubs have done very well in this competition over the last few years. You've seen, of course, your neighbours, Young Munster and Gary Owen lift this cup. How big would it be for Old Crescent to finally get your names on that Roll of Honour?
It would be fantastic for our club. You know, we've only been 3 finals before this, and lost each of them narrowly, but we've never brought home the coveted trophy, and we'd love to put our names on it. I was at many a great final here between those Limerick clubs and Cork clubs and the Limerick derbies, and they were fantastic to play in for the clubs. There was always a great crowd at them. It has stepped back a little bit as a trophy, but still it's the premier trophy in Munster, and we'd love to have our names on it, as Nenagh would too.
You've done very well in the competition, unblemished record to date. Nenagh, like yourselves, have done very well. We'll be looking to get their name on the trophy today. You'll know them from your time in Division 2A together. Very strong team, and with a trophy on the line today makes it that little bit more special as well.
Indeed it does. Now, Nenagh have made a step up. They've gone into Division 1B and doing very well in 1B. They're lying second at the moment, and they definitely will be in the playoffs to go into 1A, which is a huge jump. It's actually a big jump for us to play Nenagh now, because they've gone up. We've maybe leveled off a small bit, but they've gone up a gear. So it'll be a test on our team today. They'd be fair.
So So that is the thoughts of both our presidents from the respective clubs this afternoon. Let's see how the two teams will line out for today's Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final. We'll start with Nenagh Ormond, representing the county of Tipperary. Lining out at full back for them is number 15, Josh Rowland. Completing the back line at 14 is Davy Gleeson, while Conor McMahon is at number 11. Angus Blackmore and Willie Coffey make up the centre partnership, with Ben Pope at 10 and Nicky Irwin at 9. Front row sees Mikey Dorn and Matthew Burke packed down either side of hooker Dylan Murphy, while Jake O'Kelly and Captain Kevin O'Flaherty in the engine room. Joe Coffey, Evan Murphy and John O'Flaherty make up the Nenagh Ormond back line. We'll go next to the Shannon Siders, that is Old Crescent. At 15 for them is Ronan McKenna. 14 is Dan Hurley, while 11 is Jed O'Dwyer. At 13 is Werner Hoffman, while Shane Mullally is number 12. Jamie Duggan and Gary Fitzgerald are the half-back partners, while the front row is Joe Rickard with Niall Hardiman and Jake Considine alongside him. Josh Toland and Yassine Brown are the second row, with Oisin Toland, Captain Carl Madden and number 8 is John Lyons. The game, of course, has just gotten underway behind us. So early exchanges now between the two sides. We'll see the ball just kicked out for a touch onto the far side. We are inside the Old Crescent half, about midway between their 22-metre line and 10-metre line. So we'll have a line out on the far side of the field. That line out will go to our host for the game today. That's Nenagh Ormond, number 2 being Dylan Murphy. He's a very strong hooker, well able to get his scores as well. But it's Nenagh Ormond that infringe, however, at the breakdown there, and that is going to be a penalty for Old Crescent, giving them a little bit of relief. A first final for Old Crescent in this competition now since 2009, where they played Cork Constitution. While for Nenagh Ormond, this is just their second final in this competition. Their first 2 years ago, where they took on young Munster, just falling short, and of course had a palpitating semi-final of this competition with young Munster defeating them 32 points to 31 to book their spot in today's final. They are unbeaten, defeating the likes of Shannon, Cork, Con and Highfield in the group stage to book their place in the final. Old Crescent also unbeaten. They defeated Clonmel 36 points to 5 in the semi-final, and also defeated Middleton and Dolphin in the group stage to stake their claim here. So Middleton, as I said, they beat Middleton, but that ball now is kicked long. It's just going to go into the hands of Josh Rowland, the number 15 for Nenagh Ormond. He'll go and send it return to sender with a bit of interest as it trickles back towards the Old Crescent 5-metre line into the hands of McKenna. That ball is just knocked backwards, but it goes into the hands of an Old Crescent man. A bit of danger. It looked like it was a very easy clearance kick there from McKenna, but it bounces off a Nenagh Ormond hand. McKenna back in the pocket, he's looking for this, gets it into his hand and sends a trademark kick off that right boot. That'll go into the stand on the far side. Brings us just outside the Old Crescent 22-metre line, and over 2 minutes gone. It's been a nervy start. Nenagh have had a lot of possession inside the Old Crescent half of the field so far. And now with another line out on the far side is Dylan Murphy. Of course, they had a line out not too far long ago, but just infringed at the breakdown and coughed up possession. But now their maul and their rucking skills will be definitely tested by Old Crescent. At the tail for Nicky Irwin, they'll look to go short, play line through the forwards. The likes of Matthew Burke and Mikey Dorn, very, very strong front rows that can really get this movement going. Now Nenagh will look to spray the ball on this near side of the field, trying to get closer. They're inside the 22-metre line. Irwin now looking for an option. Instead, that ball is going to burst forward towards the 5-metre line. Irwin, ball in hand, passes it over now to his number 8. That's John O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty gets closer to the 5-metre line. Irwin again now looking for an option. Will go short into the hands of Ben Pope. Crescent defending very, very well. And here's Evan Murphy as Nenagh try and break down this wall of Old Crescent jerseys. But it's still trying to go short. Old Crescent doing very well. They're being patient, they're diligent, not getting over exuberant. Here's Mikey Doran. has Jake O'Kelly on his shoulder. They'll go short again with Evan Murphy. Numerous phases, numerous quick hands, and that ball just goes forward. All that time, Old Crescent defended well. They were patient, and Nenagh, as they tried to maybe work a little bit over exuberantly, if you want to say that, and just try and work it a bit faster and try and catch them off the hop. They managed just to knock the ball on, and that's a relief for Old Crescent. They've been very much camped inside their own half for the last few minutes. They've tried to get the ball clear, and just going to have a slight stoppage in play. See, the water bottles are coming onto the field. Old Crescent in a small bit of a huddle on the left side of your picture as they get ready to take up this scrum. Gary Fitzgerald, the number 9, ball in hand. Paul O'Connor, our match official this afternoon for today's Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final. A new name will be etched on the trophy regardless of today's result. Will Nenagh become the first team from Tipperary to be champions of this competition, or can Old Crescent continue the recent Limerick dominance in this competition, with young Munster, their neighbours, winning 3 in a row, followed by another of their neighbours in Gary Owen last term? And that's a penalty for Old Crescent at the scrum. And immediately, one of the best boots in Division 2A of the Energia All-Ireland League, it's Ronan McKenna, top scorer in the competition. He's been a fantastic servant for Old Crescent, and now we'll look to kick this ball down the line. Indeed he does, and brings us just on the 10-metre line. In fact, it's just a small bit inside his own 10-metre line, as our touch official just gets himself in position. So line out now for Old Crescent to be taken by Niall Hardiman. 6 minutes on the clock, still no score. Old Crescent looking now to try and get into the Nenagh half for the first time in this competition. That throw is good. Maul is formed well, and that's another penalty for Old Crescent. Another bit of exuberance by Nenagh, and another illegal manoeuvre. And step forward. Ronan McKenna again. You can see a Nenagh player already getting set to run towards the 5-metre line into the corner in case this ball goes into his hands. McKenna will kick it and will just bring us inside the 10-metre line. In fact, it's just outside the 10-metre line by the time our linesman just gets into position. So another words of wisdom between Hardiman and Joe Rickard. Hardiman had a great line-out throw just a few moments ago. And we'll look again for... He's got some big players to aim for. Goes to the tail, it's well claimed, and here comes that ball. They're unaided. And away goes Joe Rickard, trying to power his way forward. Old Crescent, first spell of possession now inside the Nenagh Ormond half. Takes them to the 22-metre line. Have options both left and right if they choose to. They'll go left. Just now towards the 22-metre line. They have options now on the width on the left wing. Again, they go short. Nenagh Ormond defending very well. Trying to get it through the hands with the likes of Gary Fitzgerald now pulling the strings at scrum half. They'll go short. They have plenty of support there. Rickard, Hardiman, Jake Considine. Strong units that can power forward. They're in towards the 5-metre line. Old Crescent knocking on the door. They're getting closer. Nenagh holding their line well. Trying not to cough up what could be a crucial penalty here. There's Josh Toland. Rickard again. Where's that ball gone? It's gone forward. And just as Old Crescent knock on the door on the 5-metre line, that ball is knocked forward. Possession turned over, and it's Nenagh Ormond that have the possession on their own 5-metre line. A good strong spell of play there by Old Crescent as we tick into the 9th minute here of today's final. A first time that Old Crescent have been in this end of the field. Nenagh defending very well and forcing a turnover in similar fashion to what we've seen minutes earlier at the opposite end of the field, where Old Crescent were defending quite diligently with Nenagh camped on the line and then just forced the knock on. So this scrum will be a crucial one. Nenagh looking to win possession, of course. They coughed up a penalty at the other end. They don't want to cough up a penalty at this end and hand possession right back to Old Crescent, right in front of the post. Will be easy enough for a kicker like Ronan McKenna. But the ball is in the hands of Nicky Irwin. Scrum half for Nenagh Ormond. The feed is good, the scrum is good. Nenagh are battering it and they go at the tail with John O'Flaherty. And that ball straight in to a host of Old Crescent jerseys. Nenagh will play out from the back, going through the short passes, the phases, running into the tackle, using their rucking skills to use. And that ball goes into the hands of Ben Pope, and Pope on the right boot kicks it into touch on the far side. No time for the line out. Old Crescent getting it back underway. McKenna lays that ball onto the left hand side. Dan Hurley again battering his way towards the 10-metre line. Old Crescent back in numbers. That ball goes backwards, but we'll come back for an advantage that was occurring, says our match official. So a penalty to be awarded. He's going to have a quick word with his touch official on the far side, see if there is anything else to say on that. So penalty for Old Crescent, 11 minutes on the clock here, and Ronan McKenna takes aim and fires that ball into touch on the far side, just outside the 22-metre line. And you see a substitution on the field of play there for Nenagh. So an early change. Finn O'Mara, number 19, is coming on the field of play. And the man just running in front of me here is coming off. I think it might be Jake O'Kelly, the number 4. I'm not sure. I'll just get a number now in a second once I see him turn around. In fact, it is. That line out is a good one. It's Old Crescent in possession. Away they go. Another strong hit by one of the Crescent front rows, and away they go again, trying to get some yards. Joe Rickard, but over exuberance and another error at the breakdown forces a penalty. Nenagh Ormond turning things around again, getting possession back, and a penalty now into the hands of Ben Pope as he eyes the far touchline. In fact, again, that ball just goes into the hands of an Old Crescent man. Here's Jed O'Dwyer, the man who was in Munster colours on Friday night with a cup final haircut, now playing in his cup final this afternoon. And away go Old Crescent again as they try and push their way again, and this time the penalty goes the way of Old Crescent. It's a chance at the posts, potentially, for Ronan McKenna. On a Saturday afternoon across the All-Ireland League, you would see McKenna going for the post from a similar angle. With 13 minutes now elapsed here in today's final, will McKenna opt for the posts, or will instead he go and try and kick it into touch when you're in that position of being right alongside the touchline on the far side? Could well see it happen. We just have a little stoppage in play for patching work to be done by the physios. It's been a hard hitting and bruising opening 13 minutes here by these two sides. So instead, Ronan McKenna will opt for touch. So a big kick by McKenna into touch. We'll now try and set up this line out. So ball back in the hands now of Hardiman, trying to get this line out taken well. In fact, it is taken extremely well by Josh Toland. They'll get the passes through. They'll try and get the score. They're on the 5-metre line. Can they get that ball in the hand? A battle between the scrum halves. But while The Nenagh 9, Nicky Irwin tried to get his hands onto the ball. All Crescent's number 9, that was Gary Fitzgerald, was also trying to do the same, and we will have a scrum on the 5 metre line. Advantage back into the hands of Old Crescent. They did very well off that line out maul, quick transitional play, and now we'll try and get this scrum. Gary Fitzgerald could take it at the tail. They have John Lyons as well that could make a burst, but that front row of Rickard Hardiman and Jake Considine, they're very strong. Here's Fitzgerald. He's going to look for an option. Has Jamie Duggan. He's going to go to the left hand side. Are they going to get a try? They're very short of the line. It's down to try for Old Crescent. Dan Hurley, the number 14. 15 minutes elapsed on the clock. Old Crescent first on the board in today's Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final. Terrific from scrum half Gary Fitzgerald. He spotted a host of options. There on his left hand side was Dan Hurley. Hurley with the strength and the speed dots down in the left hand corner, and Ronan McKenna now to steady himself and get ready for a conversion. We'll take a look at the replay of this score. You'll see Fitzgerald here, he looks right and immediately scans left, and it's there. He makes the pass. There's Hurley. 1, 2, 3, 4 Nenagh players in his way, and you'll just see their hands stretch out, and it's a wonderful try from the winger number 14, Dan Hurley. Old Crescent first on the board, and now Ronan McKenna, a conversion on the far touchline. A man with 142 points in this year's All-Ireland League campaign in Division 2A. .31 conversions. It's a conversion this afternoon. We could say 32 if we give it to him, but he's 31 conversions in Division 2A this season, does McKenna, and that's a first this afternoon for the fullback. 7 points makes 0 for Old Crescent. Lovely score by Dan Hurley. So Nenagh Ormond, who were attacking very, very well at the start, will now try and get the ball back, and straight away that's a big hit from Conor McMahon, another man who's well able to put the ball between the posts or even score a try. But that's a lovely box kick to try and clear the danger. Here comes John O'Flaherty for Nenagh Ormond. They're just inside, midway between the 10 metre line now and 22 metre line on the Old Crescent half of the field, just a couple of metres inside from touch. Nicky Irwin trying to get the ball into his hands. They'll play it out wide. They'll try and run the phases. Dylan Murphy and getting the hands in, but Old Crescent straight into their faces, straight trying to get the ball back, but they cough up a penalty. And it's going to be an option for touch for Ben Pope. The Nenagh fly half, and Pope brings us inside the 22 metre line, halfway now between the Old Crescent 22 and 5 metre line. Ball already into the hands of Dylan Murphy, a man well able to get this driving maul working and put together a couple of tries. So it's Dylan Murphy having a quick word with Mikey Doran. Ball's taken well. That's the substitute, Fionn O'Mara. Came on for Jake O'Kelly early on. But it's another infringement at the breakdown. Old Crescent have done very, very well. They've forced a whole host of errors. And I see the Old Crescent number 3, Jake Considine, again involved there. He took a big hit from McMahon from that restart. He's back on his feet. He's causing hassle, and he's forced another error. We'll have a scrum now. Ball back into the hands of Old Crescent. Territory vital. 18 minutes now elapsed in today's final. And Gary Fitzgerald, we've seen what he did just a few moments ago from a scrum on the opposite end of the field. I don't think he might be doing the same level of scanning to try and get a try from this position, but it's all about getting the ball into the hands as Old Crescent look to defend their own line. Fitzgerald looks for an option. There's Ronan McKenna. Nice step inside, and a good boot by McKenna lands into touch. It does find touch. Josh Rowland gets us back underway. Here's Conor McMahon taken into the tackle. And it's another error. The errors are piling up from Nenagh. And momentum is all with Old Crescent.
Number 4, Jake O'Kelly returns to the Nenagh Ormond side.
So we'll have another penalty. And Roland McKenna is gliding this up the touchline. And indeed, just in front of the 22-metre line, Old Crescent will have a line out. So a reversal of that substitution that happened earlier on in this half. Fiona O'Mara has just gone back off the field to play. And Jake O'Kelly, number 4, back on. So line out now to be taken by Niall Hardiman. So Niall Hardiman looks for an option. That ball is going in, but it's not straight, says our match official. So any momentum that Old Crescent had just there is going to be stalled. So we'll have a scrum just outside the 22-metre line. Inside the Nenagh half. Nenagh Ormond ball. Ball into the hands of Nicky Irwin. Nenagh 7 points down. 21 minutes now elapsed in today's final. Irwin gives it to Pope. Pope tries to play it into the hands of Angus Blackmore. Blackmore takes it into the tackle. Tries to get his way now towards the 10-metre line. Nenagh looking for options. Back into the hands of Pope. Pope kicks it long. And there's McKenna. McKenna will bring it now close toward halfway. Gary Owen style kick from the Old Crescent man. He'll go and he'll give chase. But it's taken by a Nenagh man. Into the hands now of Willie Coffey, the centre. Brings us back closer now towards halfway. Nenagh playing ball into the hands with Matthew Burke. Getting closer now to halfway. Irwin gives it over towards Mikey Dorn. They'll try and play it now out wide. They have options, but that ball out into the hands of Ben Pope just slips out, greasy fingers, and it's knocked forward. Ball just not going into the hands of the Nenagh Ormond man, and that coughs up possession. A scrum now just inside the Nenagh 10-metre line. Advantage and a put in to Old Crescent. 22 minutes now elapsed on the clock this afternoon, and territory, maybe the momentum still with the Shannon Siders after that terrific try from Dan Hurley. Old Crescent have been in numerous finals and came out second best on the day. Can they etch their name in the Roll of Honour this afternoon? Gary Fitzgerald at the tail, plays it, nice passing, trying to get it through the hands with Jamie Duggan and Shane Mullally. They'll try and get closer. Ball still not quite on the 22-metre line. Trying to get closer, but Nenagh defending quite diligently. Gary Fitzgerald. They have space. They have options. That rubber kick is in behind. It's going to be gathered, is it? It just doesn't go into the hands of Davy Gleeson, but it's an Old Crescent man that manages to bundle himself on top of the ball. They'll look to give an option to try and clear the line, and it's going to be a box kick over the top by Nicky Irwin. It goes into touch on the far side. Nenagh doing enough to clear their lines. A nice dangerous rubber kick in behind there by Old Crescent, almost not dealt with as Davy Gleeson put his hand onto the ball. It just bounced at the last second, and now it's a line out for Old Crescent. Niall Hardiman on the 22-metre line. Hardiman has been throwing quite well, bar the one instance that it was a crooked line out. This one is thrown well. The maul will form and Hardiman will be at the tail to collect the ball. There he is, trying to steer this forward. They were creeping forward. Hardiman still in possession. Has Fitzgerald behind him. Fitzgerald indeed takes it. Goes to Mullally. Tries to get it out into the options. Jamie Duggan is there. Takes into the tackle. Fitzgerald looks for the option. Again, they go short, run the phases. Have an option out wide here in Jed O'Dwyer if they need him. But it's all about the forwards trying to out-muscle their opposite counterparts from Nenagh. Crescent. Again they go the short route. Gary Fitzgerald trying to orchestrate this move. Instead he'll go and he'll take it into the tackle himself. That ball looks loose, but it's still with an Old Crescent man. A change of scrum half needed as their own scrum half is stricken on the ground. And again, it's the Old Crescent forwards that are putting Nenagh under pressure. The likes of Rickard, Hardiman and Considine all taking the ball, all going short, looking to catch their breath here as they try and muscle their way towards the 5 metre line. I see Shane Mullally, but not the way Old Crescent wanted that move to go. They had done very well to camp close towards the line, but just an error. Again, it creeps in at the wrong time from the Old Crescent perspective. Nenagh were trying to catch their breath at every chance they could with how strong that passage of play was from Old Crescent. And now with the concession of a penalty, it will give Pope the chance to put this ball into touch. But while he contemplates his thoughts on where this penalty will go, just have a brief stoppage in play for some water and physios to come on. 26 minutes now elapsed here in Thomond Park this afternoon. An overcast but dry final, and what has been a fairly close and compact opening half. Pope's penalty brings us into touch on this near side of the field, just outside his own 22 metre line. And straight away, Dylan Murphy is over to pick up the ball. And the tactics, the line now calls Mikey Doran, telling him they'll throw it, well taken by Jake O'Kelly, back on the field of course after taking a short leave of absence. Willie Coffey taking it into the tackle. There's Pope on the right boot. Ronan McKenna underneath it. It's going to go into the hands of McKenna. He just about keeps it. Kicks over the top by McKenna. Tries to give chase. Approaching halfway, but Nenagh managed to turn it over, but Old Crescent have a penalty. Just as it looked like McKenna was about to drop that ball that was kicked in by Pope, he plays a nice little chip over the top, and as he tries to gather it, Old Crescent get another penalty. Nenagh punished at the breakdown once again. It has been a bit of a narrative for them this afternoon. They have coughed up a host of penalties, and with this man, Ronan McKenna, can't be giving away too many of those, as he brings us now midway between the 22 metre line and 10 metre line on the far side. And when Old Crescent get their line out well and they get this maul forming, they can be known to be very, very strong. So Hardiman looks for an option. It's at the tail, it doesn't go to an Old Crescent man. Indeed, Nenagh steal it. But knock on is the call by Paul O'Connor from that line out. So Old Crescent will have a scrum and a put in a similar position to that line out. So 28 minutes now elapsed for today's final. Dan Hurley's try converted by Ronan McKenna, the difference maker so far. So Old Crescent with another spell of possession now inside the Nenagh half, with Gary Fitzgerald orchestrating the scrum. Fitzgerald waiting to get this at the tail. The scrum is moving. Enough that we will have another put in. Connor just having a quick word with both sets of front rows as they get ready to pack down. So the feed from Fitzgerald is good. The scrum looks good. Nenagh pushing very well. Fitzgerald has to be quick to get that ball out. Indeed, they'll spray it wide. I see Jed is over here waiting to try and get possession of it. The ruck is formed. They'll play it short. Trying to work their way now forward. And it's another penalty the way of Old Crescent. Maybe a bit more central for McKenna to maybe have an option at the post here. And indeed, the fullback will have an option for the post this afternoon. McKenna has has tallied 142 points in Division 2A of the Energy All-Ireland League this season, and only 5 of those points have arrived from a try. 31 conversions and 25 penalties for the fullback. His first attempt at the post from the touchline on the far side brought 2 points. Can he land a 3-pointer from this position as we approach the half-hour mark? That's a clean strike by McKenna, and it's between the uprights. 10 points makes no score in favour of Old Crescent. It's been all the way in the Shannonsiders on the scoreboard so far. And the talismanic fullback that is Ronan McKenna once again pulling the strings for his side this afternoon. In fact, Old Crescent have scored 360 points in the All-Ireland League this season. Well, McKenna not quite tallying half of those, but he's certainly been a key contributor. Possession now back into the hands of Crescent inside their own half of the field, just outside their 10-metre line, with Fitzgerald back at the tail trying to get ball into his hand. Ball kicked over. There's Jed O'Dwyer giving chase on Josh Rowland. Experience meets youth in that exchange. Nicky Irwin. Ball tries to get into the hands of Nenagh. It's hands of Pope. That was almost stolen. Bit dangerous. Murphy. They're playing it out wide now. Evan Murphy has it in his hands. They play it into the tackle. There's Willie Coffey, the number 12. Goes into the hands of Mikey Doran. Irwin. Soft hands into captain Kevin O'Flaherty, takes it into the tackle. I see Angus Blackmore there trying to shuffle his way forward, try and push Nenagh closer. They need a score. Evan Murphy, they have a penalty at the breakdown. And Ben Pope could well look for touch here, but they have the likes of Conor McMahon that could go for the post. Indeed, they are going for the post. Don't think it'll be Kevin O'Flaherty that's going to have a chance though at the post. He's just having a quick word with our match official. So just waiting for the kicking tee to be provided. So Nenagh will have a look with 33 minutes on the clock, with Conor McMahon stepping up. McMahon 137 points he has tallied in 1B this campaign. 3 tries, 34 conversions and 18 penalties. A big kick for the Nenagh winger. Off the left boot, McMahon, that looks good. It is good. The flags were a little bit late coming up from our position here inside in the stand. But a lovely strike off the left boot of Conor McMahon makes it Old Crescent 10, Nenagh 3. 34 minutes on the clock.
Leaves the score now, Old Crescent 10, Nenagh Ormond 3.
So a good strike by McMahon. Now a ball into the hands of Ronan McKenna for the restart. Well, just a slight delay in the restart. A few water bottles being passed around by Old Crescent as they look to turn around, having coughed up that score. Just a couple of minutes to go until half time. Not a really warm day, but certainly an energy sapping one to be taken on the fluids. And Ronan McKenna gets ready now to get us back underway with this restart. It's kicked, and it's going to be kicked into the hands of an Old Crescent man. That's retained it. Just outside the 22-metre line. Fitzgerald tries to take it at the tail. Quick feet by Dan Hurley, the man who, of course, got that opening try for Old Crescent, the only try of this afternoon. Again, Old Crescent opt to go short, opt to play it into those powerful props that they have, and there's plenty of options. That ball goes loose, but it's a penalty for Nenagh Ormond. And just what it looked like, there was the chance potentially for Old Crescent to maybe get the next score. It's a penalty, ball into the hands of Pope, and Pope puts boot to ball and brings us just inside halfway, inside his own half of the field. And we've Dylan Murphy putting the ball in the towel, ready to get us back underway for these final few minutes as the clock ticks by to the end of the opening first half, the end of the first half, should I say. It's another well taken line out, and Nenagh have it now with Ormond. Looks for the options. They'll go short, advantage occurring. Taking it into the tackle, Jake O'Kelly. They'll go short. There's another pylon in Kevin O'Flaherty. Looking now to spray that ball wide. They have pace out there, but Old Crescent have numbers to match them. Taken into the tackle is captain Kevin O'Flaherty. Irwin, box kick over the top, looks to get that ball in behind. Crescent have numbers back there, but advantage was occurring a few moments ago, so we'll come back for that earlier infringement and we'll have a penalty for Nenagh Ormond. 37 minutes now elapsed in this opening half of today's Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final, with Old Crescent leading by 10 points to 3. Of course, whoever wins this afternoon, it'll be a new name on the Roll of Honour list. Very hard to call based on the opening half just who will see the trophy head home this afternoon. Will it go to New Ormond Park or will it head to Takumi Park? Begs the question. But that penalty from Pope brings us now midway between the 22 and 5 metre line inside the Old Crescent half. Old Crescent have defended diligently this afternoon when asked upon by Old Crescent when they've crossed that 22 metre line. This is a big line out now for Dylan Murphy to get right. That ball is not going to go into the hands, basketball style, for Orwin. Into the hands of Willie Coffey. Coffey powers his way forward through a host of Old Crescent tacklers. Old Crescent over exuberance. And we will have a scrum for a knock on. So the danger is still there, still into the hands of Nenagh Ormond. So Nicky Irwin with the ball in hand, hoping that his powerful set of forwards that have done so well in Division 1B this year, their debut season in the competition. They could well be a 1A side next year. And it's going to be a top goal penalty by John O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty tries to bring Nenagh close to the 5 metre line. They're knocking on the door in these final few moments. Big move by Matthew Burke. They have made out wide. Here's Willie Coffey. Coffey takes it into the tackle. They'll try and play it out wide. Here's Angus Blackmore. Blackmore fires his way forward. Blackmore's over! A try for Nenagh Ormond. A try for Angus Blackmore. Nenagh on the board. Just as we approach half time, that is a big momentum shifter indeed. And it was the two centres, Willie Coffey with an initial drive and Angus Blackmore with power, pumping the legs and shrugging off the old Crescent tackles as he dots down a lovely try. We'll take a look at the replay there and just look at how close Old Crescent got to stopping him, but it's the power in the legs as he stretches over and is congratulated by his teammates as Conor McMahon. We've seen what he could do a few short moments ago when he kicked that penalty to put Nenagh on the board. This conversion to level matters just before half time. McMahon steadies himself on that trusty left boot. He strikes it well, strikes it clean. It's between the posts. It's a level game here in Thomond Park in today's Munster Senior Challenge Cup Final, sponsored of course by Bank of Ireland. Nenagh Ormond 10, Old Crescent 10. Now we're at the discretion of our match official as to what time we have left in this opening half.
10 points for each side.
So 10 points each. Really a tale of two halves almost in the opening half. All Crescent taking their scores early to build that 10-0 lead, and now Nenagh Ormond with a very vocal crowd here in the stand alongside us, behind us, trying to cheer them on, and have done so. Now the ball into the hands of Ronan McKenna to get us back underway. The last restart was won by a Crescent man. This one is won by a Nenagh man, and it's taken by the Nenagh Ormond number 8, that's John O'Flaherty. Now they're up conform midway between their 22 and 10 metre line. There's Pope on that trusty right boot. He kicks it, pressure on Jen O'Dwyer on his near side, but Josh Rowland, that ball just breaks loose, but knocked on, says the referee for the Nenagh Ormond fullback. So a scrum for Old Crescent now, just inside their own half of the field. And Gary Fitzgerald will have the ball back in his hand now, as time is very much of the essence. We're gone over the 40 minutes. I'm just waiting for our match official to blow the whistle. Fitzgerald has it at the tail. Instead, he'll just boot the ball into touch. So we'll have half time here in Thomond Park. Old Crescent started very strong with that try from Dan Hurley that was converted by Ronan McKenna. And from there, McKenna's penalty made it 10 points to no score. But a terrific penalty struck by Conor McMahon put Nenagh on the board. And then just before half time, Angus Blackmore's try managed to cut the deficit down, and then McMahon's resulting conversion has leveled matters at the break. A big second half to come in today's Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup Final. So join us for the second half after this break. And you're very welcome back for the second half of today's Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final between Nenagh, Ormond and Old Crescent. 10 points to 10 at half time here in Thomond Park. A good start by Old Crescent when Dan Hurley went over for the game's opening try, converted by Ronan McKenna. A resulting penalty from McKenna made it 10 points to no score. But the booter Conor McMahon reduced the deficit to 7 points before Angus Blackmore powered his way over for a try just before the break to really turn the narrative into the second half. It's a big second half now for both teams, one of which will of course lift the trophy this afternoon, but regardless of who wins, we will have a new winner of this competition and they will of course enter the Bateman Cup next year.
Indicates the start of the second half with both teams even at 10 points each.
So, Ronan McKenna has the ball in his hand and we'll get set now for the second half. McKenna gets us underway and that ball is immediately scooped up by an Old Crescent man, and immediately we have Gary Fitzgerald at the scrum, pulling the strings, orchestrating, trying to get players into the right positions, and that ball is broken clear. Here goes the move. They're trying now to get a move forward. Early pressure now by Old Crescent applied. Fitzgerald at the tail, looks for the option. Here's Hurley, of course got that opening try. They're short, they're 5 metres out, getting closer. Real pressure now applied. Old Crescent, they can get close but they can't get any closer. It's a penalty for Nenagh, Ormond. And that was a titanic opening exchange by Old Crescent. Does not result in a score. And Nenagh can breathe a sigh of relief with Ben Pope standing over a penalty here, and will kick that one to touch and brings us halfway between the 22 and 10 metre line on this near side of the field inside the Nenagh half. Into the hands, of course, of Dylan Murphy. Very strong campaigner this season. We'll look to get this throw right. Indeed he does. Into the hands of his captain, Kevin O'Flaherty, and now Nenagh can try and spray this ball out towards the left hand side. There's Blackmore. Blackmore with an option out wide. He can find Davy Gleeson, but he's into touch. And Old Crescent will get a put in now to the line out on the far side. Great defending, but leaving a player like Gleeson, just giving him that room to manoeuvre, can be dangerous. But from the Old Crescent perspective, they have the ball back in their hands. They're still inside the Nenagh half of the field, and this throw will be important, and it's well taken by their number 7, their captain Carl Madden. Now they can run the phases on this near side of the field. Jed O'Dwyer, what a week this could be for that young man. A Munster debutant on Friday and a Munster Senior Challenge Cup winner on Sunday. Not over just yet. 43 minutes on the clock. Old Crescent still in possession now on the 10 metre line. Here's Jed O'Dwyer. He's had experience here before in his school days. Now look to do it on the big day. But that ball is stolen, it's burgled, and here goes Willie Coffey. Just outside the 10 metre line, but the referee blows the whistle. So that manoeuvre will take a stoppage, and we'll have a stoppage in play. There's an Old Crescent man stricken on the ground. There's a Nenagh man as well, as we have 4 minutes elapsed of this second half. Still quite overcast here in Thomond Park, but it's been an exciting clash between the sides sat second place in Division 1B this season, and what a season it has been for Nenagh Ormond. Old Crescent themselves sit 7th in Division 2A, and both teams, of course, no stranger to the other. They last met in March of last year in Division 2A. Nenagh Ormond winning that game 24 points to 3 in New Ormond Park, as we get ready now for a scrum just outside the Nenagh 10-metre line. Orwin just ready to get the put in. Of course, Nenagh have won the last 3 meetings against Old Crescent. Is that a good omen today? Well, they have possession. I'm trying to play it now onto the far side of the field. There's Josh Rowland powering his way forward, trying to get every inch, and away goes Blackmore, trying to get his way through. Here's John O'Flaherty, big red scrum cap on him. But we will come back for an earlier infringement, a penalty for Nenagh Ormond, no advantage occurring there. So referee brings us back around halfway. And it's Ben Pope with a penalty, and Pope just avoids it going into touch. Well done there, Ronan McKenna. But the ball does indeed find touch inside the 22-metre line, so danger not quite averted. So Nenagh with the put in now, the line out on this far side. Dylan Murphy throws it well. It's taken at the front by O'Flaherty. They'll run through the phases. Here's Evan Murphy taking him into the tackle. Orwin gets the ball. Here's Blackmore. The long flowing locks of the centre who got that try just before half time. And another penalty. Orwin takes it quick. He scampers his way forward, gives it into the hands of Jake O'Kelly. Now it's Davy Gleeson, shuffles left and right like he's in Strictly Come Dancing on the 5-metre line. Old Crescent trying to defend well, but Nenagh have the numbers. They're powerful forwards. It looks like Kevin O'Flaherty might want to have a run here. That ball is loose, but advantage was occurring. It's not over just yet, this Nenagh attack. Referee's going to have a word. Indeed, he's going to have a yellow card. So it's a yellow card for an Old Crescent man. With 46 minutes, it's a yellow card and a penalty for Nicky Irwin. Irwin takes it short. Pope into the hands of Coffey. Coffey with men behind him to try and act as the battering ram to get him over that line. They're close. They're as short as they can possibly get. Kevin O'Flaherty looks to try and get that over. He's just bundled straight backwards. Nenagh, again, they're close. They're looking for the option. Old Crescent down to 14 men defending quite diligently. But Nenagh, they're close. Pope try and plays it out wide. It's Josh Rowland. Rowland is the back of the try. Angus Blackmore, that's his second try. Just as it looked like that pass onto the left wing was going to be intercepted, Josh Rowland gives the offload and Blackmore powers his way over the try line. It's a second try for Nenagh Ormond. And could they move 7 points clear if McMahon's conversion here? We'll take a look at this replay. You'll see the ruck and just the options. McMahon in the background has put that over. But we can take a look at that replay again as well and just see the manoeuvrable way that Nenagh just got that try. You just see the host of players that are there just trying to ruck their way. Old Crescent were trying, and Rowland gives the soft hands of that offload. And Angus Blackmore, what a lovely try. 47 minutes, 48 now since that try and conversion. So Old Crescent 17 points to 10 is the score now. First score of the second half goes the way of the Ormond men. So Nenagh into the hands now of Mikey Doran. Doran powering his way, trying to get closer toward his own 10-metre line. And Crescent straight, trying to win that ball back. Not giving Ben Pope an instance to try and kick that ball clear. But away they go on the far side. Matthew Burke in possession, gets towards the 10-metre line. Irwin kicks it over the top. Ronan McKenna will gather. McKenna kicks it high into the sky here in Thomond Park. Will look to get on the underneath it. There's snow on that. It's in the hands of an Nenagh man. It's Nicky Irwin. Ball played now towards the old Crescent 10-metre line. Advantage now with Nenagh Ormond, you would suspect. Lovely goose step there by Coffey. Tries to get his way towards halfway, but Old Crescent have that line functioning well, and they'll try and get this possession back. Of course, a man down following that yellow card. Lovely kick over the top, there's space out wide. That bounce of the ball doesn't go the way that Nenagh would have liked. And it's knocked on, says our match official. Nenagh trying to pull out the flicks and tricks, and now they're making 3 substitutions at once. John Healy, the number 16, Colin Skehan, the number 17, and Derek Corcoran, our number 22. All on the Nenagh programme this afternoon are making their way onto the field of play as Oisin Tolan looks on from the sideline for that yellow card. So Nenagh, 3 fresh faces on now. Trying to add a bit more energy now into their lineup for this afternoon.
17, Colin Skehan and 22, Charlie O'Doherty take their place on the Nenagh Ormond slide.
So I see number 7, Evan Murphy, is after coming off. Number 3, that is Matthew Burke, is also off, and we have another man off as well, but he's after putting on the jacket. Before I get to see the number, potentially looked like it was Nicky Irwin. Indeed it is Nicky Irwin, as Derek Corcoran now comes in to the side and will act as scrum half. And a change for Old Crescent as well has seen Aaron Cosgrove, the number 21, come in, and Cosgrove immediately wins that ball. Where is it going? It crawls out of his hands. It's kicked on the volley by Ronan McKenna onto halfway. Here's Josh Rowland. Nice step inside. Onto the 10-metre line he goes. Nenagh still with the ball in hand. They look onto this near side of the field for Davy Gleeson. That's a big tackle on Davy Gleeson. We're going to have a penalty, and despite Derek Corcoran's exuberance to just tap and away he goes, we won't have that. Looked a little bit on the high side, that hit. The referee is going to have a word. He's going to go over to his touch official. So they're just going to have a quick word here. 52 minutes on the clock. Of course, Crescent have a man in the bin already. So could we be looking at another one? Indeed we are. It's another yellow card for Old Crescent. So it's a yellow card for Dan Hurley. And that concession of a penalty can now see Ben Pope kick us inside the 22-metre line. So line out 1. Nenagh Ormond still have the ball. 13 makes 15. There's Willie Coffey. There's Blackmore. Blackmore looking for a hat-trick of tries this afternoon. Oh, Crescent have turned it over. They've stolen it. They try and clear their lines. And that ball bounces backwards. All Crescent try and get us underway quickly. And with 13 men on the field and 7 points down, we'll be looking to grab that next crucial score. So they have Oisin Toland in the bid, and Dan Hurley followed him. So Toland will be looking to come on in the next couple of moments. His yellow card should be nearing completion. But it's a line out on this far side, or near side. Niall Hardiman. Hardiman throws well, it's burgled by Nenagh Ormond, and Jake O'Kelly putting his big frame in the way to gather that. And Nenagh, momentum very much with them. Corcoran gives it to Pope. Blackmore, ball stolen. Willie Coffey manages to gather it, but the whistle had sounded. So it's a knock on and a scrum midway between the 10-metre line and 22-metre line inside the Nenagh Ormond half of the field. So Old Crescent going into a bit of a huddle as one of their players lies stricken on the ground. That's Jake Considine. He's just getting some treatment from the physio. And while he's down receiving treatment, plenty of choice words being said in that huddle. So Considine just getting ready to get his way back up. And Considine is up and making his way over now to join the rest of his pack for this scrum. We've 56 minutes on the clock this afternoon. So 56 minutes on the clock. Put into the scrum now, Old Crescent. Aaron Cosgrove. Cosgrove at the back. Plays it now towards the far side with a grubber kick. In fact, he wins it. Cosgrove still has it. Brings play now inside the 22-metre line on this left-hand side of the field. Nenagh defending quite well. Old Crescent are looking for that score. They're going to stay in this fight, down to 13 men, as those yellow cards have added up for them. Looking now for options. There's plenty of space now opening up on this near side of the field. Cosgrave, they'll go short. They'll try and power their way close to the line with those big forwards that they have. Cosgrave again looking for an option. Ball into the hands of Jamie Duggan. Duggan looking for the option. All Crescent doing whatever they can to try and get a score. There's Jed O'Dwyer at the tail trying to add an extra option here. They'll go short. Try and move their way ever closer, but again, Nenagh Ormond doing quite well. McKenna, nice kick in behind Verona. McKenna, where's the ball going to bounce? It bounces into touch. So it's going to be a line out. One of the sin bins is going to come back on. So Oisin Tolan's yellow card is finished. So Toland has had a bit of time to contemplate and to take a breath, and immediately he comes in for this line out on the 5 metre line. It's Niall Hardiman. Time off, just another injury going to have to be looked at. So quick as a flash, we're going to come straight back. So 17 points to 10, the advantage for Nenagh. 59 minutes now elapsed in this clash. And that is taken well. The maul is forming. Hardiman at the tail. Crescent, they're going. They're trying to draw and grab their way. Advantage occurring for Old Crescent. They'll go short again. The likes of Considine and Rickard, Hardiman involved there as well. Trying to bulldoze and claw their way inside that 5 metre line. Nenagh closing the gap well. They'll go wide. They have options. They have options. This won't occur. Josh Rowland with the ball in his hand. We will go back, however. There is a penalty occurring back where we started. And there's the yellow card for Nenagh man. Third yellow card of this Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final. 2 for Old Crescent, now 1 for Nenagh. Both sides now down to 14 men. As Crescent make a substitution, and that's number 8, Sean Monaghan. That's on the field of play. But all that we've seen, the ball is stolen by Derek Corcoran. He's given chase down this right-hand side of the field. Crescent have turned the ball back over, but immediately are swarmed by 3 Nenagh jerseys. As quick as a flash, Nenagh stole the possession and darted down. Old Crescent not too pleased. The minute they kicked the tap and goal penalty forward, and Nenagh immediately stole the possession, ran down the field. Crescent left bemused, now having words with the referee, but they do have a penalty, and Ronan McKenna will kick that ball into touch. So just after Dylan Murphy was sent to the sin bin for that yellow card, that tap and goal penalty almost resulted in a try down at the other end for Nenagh, as Derek Corcoran sprinted down the right channel. So now Old Crescent will line out on their own 10 metre line. It's thrown well. It's thrown into the hands of Carl Madden. It looked like the captain. Crescent mauling well. Just outside their own 10 metre line. Looks for the option. Now Nenagh will have to try and stop Crescent, and there are tracks inside the Crescent half of the field. Crescent trying to get their speedsters on the ball. Back they'll go. Nice kick over the top, but it's a Nenagh man that collects it. Held well. Irwin, box kick over the top. Will bounce into the corner. Will bounce into the corner. Lovely kick over the top by the Nenagh scrum half. A line out now on the 5 metre line inside the Old Crescent half. We've had 62 minutes of today's Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final. It's advantage for Nenagh Ormond, should I say. It's 14 makes 14 on the field. Both teams having a man in the sin bin at the moment. So this is a big line out now for Old Crescent to win. It's stolen! It's stolen! by John O'Flaherty. Now the maul is formed. Corcoran at the tail, gathers possession, it's loose. And it's knocked forward. So Old Crescent will have a scrum on their own 5 metre line. So Crescent put into a scrum now in the 63rd minute of this clash. Now it's Aaron Cosgrave with the ball in his hand, looking to get the feed right and maintain this possession deep in their own territory. Cosgrave gives it to McKenna. It's on the right boot. That's into touch. And that's midway between the 22 metre line and the 5. Another 2 substitutions on the field for Nenagh Ormond. Fiona O'Mara back on the field to play. Of course, O'Mara came on earlier. And number 20, that's Rob Buckley, is on the field to play as well. And it's a change of the second rows. Looks like Jake O'Kelly and Kevin O'Flaherty have departed there. We'll just get confirmation of that in a moment. But that line out is 1. Here's Derek Corcoran, number 22. Corcoran plays it into the hands of Conor McMahon. McMahon has it. It's at the tail. Old Crescent back to their full 15 after that. We look to make that numerical advantage count. Corcoran tries to play it into the hands now of Charlie O'Doherty, another substitute that came on for Nenagh. Nenagh have made a whole host of substitutions. Here's another one. That's John Healy coming on, of course, for that sin bin. Nenagh still have an option. Here's Ben Pope. It's a try! Ben Pope, the try for Nenagh. 65 minutes on the clock. Is that score going to etch their name in the roll of honour of this competition? Are they getting closer to potentially lifting this competition? That's another score on the board. It's a 12-point advantage now with this conversion for Conor McMahon to follow. We'll take a look at the replay of this score. And while Old Crescent had the numerical advantage, they could do very little to stop it. Here's the move taken into the tackle there by John Healy. Corcoran grabs it at the tail, looks for an option, gives it to Charlie O'Doherty. O'Doherty spots his number 10, Ben Pope, out wide, and wide open pasture for Pope to get in the corner. So McMahon, a good angle for a left-footed striker. 12-point lead, 66 minutes on the board. McMahon, it's going to trickle to the right and it goes wide, and it's a 12-point lead for Nenagh Ormond. 15 minutes left, plus whatever the referee decides to add on for this second half. So restart underway from McKenna, taken by Kevin O'Flaherty. He actually didn't come off in that exchange of substitutes that they made just a few moments ago. Thought I'd seen him going off. Here's Blackmore, nice step of pace. Blackmore, he's still going, but the referee has blown the whistle. We're going to come back. There was an infringement. Nenagh not too pleased. Old Crescent going for the post here. So Ronan McKenna is going to have a shot at a penalty with 67 minutes on the clock to try and put Old Crescent 1 on the board in the second half and 2 to try and reduce the deficit here. So it looks like about 14 minutes left in this second half. That's including stoppages. So Ronan McKenna
It's a nice central position for him, but it's still a nice little distance out from goal. But for a man of his exploits, we'll look to dissect the uprights and put Old Crescent on the board in this second half. Lovely strike from McKenna. That looks good. Flags are up, and it's a great penalty by the Old Crescent number 15. 22 points to 13. It's not over just yet. Momentum might still just be with Nenagh after that try.
Old Crescent, and number 15, Ormond, he's the score now. Old Crescent 13, Nenagh 22.
We've had a substitution there as well for Old Crescent. Looks like their number 12, Shane Mullally, has gone off the field of play. Restart underway, back to McKenna, and McKenna straight away sends it into touch on this near side, just inside the 10-metre line, heading toward halfway. Of course, with John Healy still off the field of play, or John Healy will still take this line out, as Dylan Murphy is still on the play, or still on the sideline, should I say, inside the naughty step for that yellow card. Line out one, basketball style by Old Crescent. The Thomond Park faithful still fighting to try and bring that Munster Senior Challenge Cup, sponsored by Bank of Ireland, back to Thomond Park this evening. They have the possession now, deep inside their own half of the field. Pirouettes by Roland McKenna. We're approaching the 70th minute as they try and get closer now towards halfway. Good hands, that's knocked forward by Jamie Duggan, and just not going his way as he tried just to get that passing move off. It's a scrum, and the put in now will go to Nenagh. Yellow card is over. So back onto the field of play comes Dylan Murphy. You'll see him there just running on your picture. I see him put his position now in that front row as they pack down for a big scrum just inside the Old Crescent 10-metre line, with 70 minutes now on the board. Nenagh not quite home and hose just yet. They have a nice advantage, but Old Crescent have shown that they will fight right until the final whistle here. So Corcoran waiting at the tail. Maybe waiting a bit too long. And we'll have a reset of that scrum just as the positioning had twisted and shifted its way around. The referee not liking that, so we're going to come back and we'll get ready once again. So we'll have another now. Scrum just inside the 22-metre line, or 10-metre line, should I say. So Corcoran gives it to O'Doherty. O'Doherty, good pace. They have another man open out wide here. It's Davy Gleeson. Gleeson cuts inside. Nice footwork by the number 14. Pace and quick feet, the order of the day by Gleeson. O'Doherty. O'Doherty's cross field as a man open out wide. It's Josh Rowland. Rowland's going to get in the corner. It's a try for Nenagh. Josh Rowland in the 72nd minute. Is that the moment that crowns Nenagh Ormond champions? But it has to be said, Charlie O'Doherty, take a bow. That cross-field kick, absolutely sublime. And Josh Rowland with the take and gets over in the corner. That's a thing of beauty. A wonderful score. We'll take a look at the replay in a couple of moments. You'll see it here. Nenagh trying to go short with their moves. Corcoran, of course, at the tail, spots O'Doherty behind him. O'Doherty looks up, gives a lovely crossfield kick. There is Roland right into the chest, a Goosey to take him over the line, and that's a wonderful try. In fact, he touches it down twice. Won't count twice, but it's a lovely try. As McMahon steadies himself now for this conversion. McMahon strikes it on the left boot. It's trickling and hits the upright on the right hand side. And unlucky for the Nenagh man, that conversion just not going over. But 27 points to 13, 73 minutes on the clock. Old Crescent need to summon a big reply in these final few moments if they are to turn the narrative and turn the screw. Crescent have possession. Here they go towards the 22-metre line. And no better man than Dan Hurley, who's got their try this afternoon, brings us close towards the 5-metre line. Now they're forwards. They've made plenty of substitutions, have Old Crescent, but they still have plenty of top quality players in their squad. That ball just goes wide, and now it's going to be cleared clear, and this is going to be a brilliant score. Pope, he's got the burners on, but there's Jed O'Dwyer to turn things around. The ball was kicked loose, and Ben Pope gave chase. Back was Jed O'Dwyer. Old Crescent still in the ball game. Advantage back to Nenagh though. John O'Flaherty takes it in now towards the 10-metre line. They'll try and kick him behind. O'Doherty will look for the corner this time. O'Dwyer gives chase. In fact, he's got it. Gives it to McKenna. McKenna will kick, and McKenna will find touch on the far side. So midway point now between the 10-metre line and the 22-metre line inside the Old Crescent half time. Very much of the essence from an Old Crescent perspective. Nenagh Ormond could be on the cusp of glory. Since the first winner was crowned of this competition back in 1886, we have not seen a Tipperary club lift the Munster Senior Challenge Cup. Sponsored now, of course, by Bank of Ireland. Will Nenagh break that record? It's another crossfield kick. It's Davy Gleeson. It's Pope. It's a try. Nenagh Ormond finishing with a flurry. The name is being engraved on the cup. It looks likely that Nenagh Ormond have banished those memories of 2 years ago losing here to young Munster, and will be the first Tipperary side to lift this competition and make it a historic day in what is a historic season for them, of course, playing in Division 1B of the Energia All-Ireland League. 76 minutes on the clock. We'll take a look at the replay, and it's another crossfield kick again. O'Doherty with two highlight reel worthy moments here. He plays it out wide, and Davy Gleeson spots Pope inside, and Pope, you can see the supporters in front of us, they knew as he dotted down that score. So now McMahon, his last one hit that right stanchion. This one also trickles right and goes wide. So 32 points makes 13. And just a few more minutes until Nenagh Ormond will be crowned your Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup champions for 2025. Old Crescent will still want to end this game on a flurry, however. They're not out of it just yet. Nenagh. There's basketball again from Davy Gleeson. All Crescent managed to turn that ball over. All Crescent, they'll fight and they'll claw. They'll have plenty of games now. They have 3 left in their Division 2A campaign as they look to stay up for another season. Of course, Nenagh, they'll enjoy their celebrations tonight before trying to confirm a home semi-final tie for promotion to 1A. They'll fight their case in April to try and get to 1A next season. But what a season it's been for this side. They are back in possession now on the 10-metre line, with Corcoran and of course O'Doherty. That is 2 highlight-worthy moments coming out of this game. Here's John O'Flaherty. That ball will be kicked long, kicked towards the corner, gathered by Hurley, and he goes on the dart, goes on the manoeuvre, left and right towards the 10-metre. He's gone past that, tries to get to halfway, but is stopped in his tracks. And here's Aaron Cosgrave. Tries to give it to Duggan. Duggan gets it, breaks it into a tackle, a bit of a slip on the surface. We're into the 79th minute. Backwards, says the referee. The ruck's formed. Crescent still have possession, and they'll still try and find their way, and Ronan McKenna doing his best. They're trying to end on a positive note. That ball is loose, but Nenagh will have another man going into the bin. That looks like the number 20, Rob Buckley. That's going to make his way over, I believe. So we have 2 minutes left of this clash, and Nenagh will finish the game with 14 men. So a shoulder charge by Rob Buckley, and Ben Pope has gone off as well. So Nenagh are again using their bench quite well in these final few moments. All Crescent sending that penalty into touch. They want to end this game with a score. Have to credit their performance this afternoon. While they won't leave here with silverware, they have certainly put it up to a side competing in Division 1B, if not knocking on the door for Division 1A of the Energy All-Ireland League, and beat some strong teams in this competition to get to this stage. A proud club are Old Crescent, and they'll still fight. It'll be a proud day for Nenagh Ormond. Crescent still on the attack, still they go, bouncing off of Dan Hurley there were the Nenagh men. And they look to try and get one last blast, one score to see off this game. All Crescent, they're still there, they're still clawing, they're still fighting. And they'll still go, they'll still fight, they're on the 5-metre line. Here's Aaron Cosgrave. Cosgrave gives it into the hands of Dean O'Grady, the number 20. Another one of their substitutes that's graced the field in this second half. The chance is there for one last score for Old Crescent, time of the essence. Advantage occurring, will they go into the post? Just held short. Cosgrave will play it off. They'll try and get their way. Nenagh not wanting to concede a score. Cosgrave takes it. Is he over? He is! It's a try for Old Crescent. It's Aaron Cosgrave, the number 21. He's got a score. And that looks like that. Here in Thomond Park this afternoon in the Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final. We'll have one last kick at the post by Ronan McKenna, and that looks like being that. I think we might have maybe a minute added on. Of course, at the discretion of our match official, McKenna sends that over, 32 points to 20. And it's full time in Thomond Park. And it's Nenagh Ormond's day, the first time in their history and just their second appearance in a Bank of Ireland Munster Senior Challenge Cup final. They are the champions. 32 points to 20. It finishes up in Thomond Park. There'll be celebrations long into the night in New Ormond Park and into the week, and that will be a big catalyst now to their charge for promotion to Division 1A in the Energia All-Ireland League to follow. Their supporters have made the journey down here. We'll get some reaction from the winning camp in a few minutes as we see the celebrations just behind us on the field. So we'll run our way down now to pitch side and try and get a word after the trophy lift. So enjoy the celebrations and we'll get some words of wisdom from the Nenagh camp. Check 1, 2.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Thomond Park. It's great to see such a people here. And of course, the is player of the match. And player of the match is number 14.
Next, I'd like to just hand the rest. The allowed for free flow, and then we'll be coming over to the service line, so thanks for that. We've been in your position before, and it actually galvanized us. I know that the unity you have with the team, one of us. You do the same thing, and hopefully we'll be able to reignite this battle again. So that's just three cheers for all the rest. To all of our sponsors, a massive thank you. Your generosity year after year is huge. Our main sponsor clearly that. Great to have you on board. To our crowd, lads, I don't think I can actually do justice to watching these up. You travel the world, we tend to test your heart from time to time, but you travel everywhere, and I hope this shows how much it means to us. Lads, your coaches, I'm not going to name names because I'm going to leave something out, but Rugby came in on board 2 years ago, and a lot of people probably believe what you believe. You've seen the quality that was in this squad, and from day one, we drove it behind it, so massive thank you for that. Every single year, every single year, this window is way too close looking to where the jersey today, but the window for every single member of this squad. We've waited each other along this 22 years of training Tuesday and Thursday every single time, so massive thank you for that. And we just give a special shout out to the Chapel King, after on the road, injury and the league. We're looking forward to seeing you. Your everything. You believe, you know, the coach has been 3 years ago, he drove the line. So massive thanks for that. And I don't know whether everyone realizes this, but on one hand, the Sharks in developing candidates, the conditions on our shoulders for 3 days. So it's very critical. We're making history with the Sharks and the Crescent. I'd like to acknowledge where it all started 3 years ago. On the employment passing features, we put together as a club. That man, his heart and soul for Nenagh, he was such a proud man, and all he wanted to see was us lift a trophy like this. So it's a massive honour to be able to lift this trophy and honour him. I know he's looking down at us proud as ever he put it. So, on that, everyone back to Nenagh.
Here. Yeah, we're just coming over here. Yeah. You going here? We'll just get you facing this way. So like the camp, do you see the man in the blue? You see him giving you a thumbs up? Yeah, there we go. Alongside the Nenagh Ormond head coach, Derek Corcoran. He was playing this afternoon, head coach, player. What an afternoon for Nenagh.
Yeah, it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster really, because I don't think we played any rugby in the first half. So we had a good dressing down done at half time to get ourselves ready for the second half, and thankfully we started to play a bit of ball that we were known for playing. So thankful that we got to show some sort of a performance today and come away with the win.
I suppose to go 10 points down in a cup, in a final, never a good way to start. You kicked back, Conor got that penalty, put you on the board, and then that try just before half time must have given you a serious lift going into that dressing room.
Yeah, it did, absolutely. And I said it to the guys at half time, I said it was a blessing to be 10-10. Second half.
A special guest joining us.
Yeah, it was my daughter Ada and my boys.
Well, it's a big day as well for Nenagh, for your family. It's such a family-orientated club. There's, you know, lads related playing on the team, all the families coming in, seeing them in the stand here. It's such a big day for such a local family club like Nenagh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We've a really tight-knit group, a lot of brothers playing together, cousins, friends, look after each other, and great support here again today from the town. So we're delighted to be the first Nenagh team to win the Senior Cup for Nenagh, so it's huge for us.
First Tipperary team as well, so you can take that as well. But just on that, the way you kicked on in that second half, I know, it was level at the break, plenty of choice words said, no doubt, at half time, but you really kicked on in the second half, got those scores, and now you can enjoy the celebrations afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Look, we backed our bench, we backed our fitness. We had some guys come on, made a big difference, and our fitness came through in the end. We worked really hard at it, so that's paying dividends. But yeah, look, delighted to take the win, and we've got to get ourselves ready for another game now on Saturday, so celebrations will be quite enough.
Some highlight clips there. I know that Charlie will be looking at those 2 crossfield kicks that he made for those tries. But as you're saying, Saturday, you'll enjoy the celebrations. It's straight back, of course, to Division 1B, looking to get promoted to 1A. What a season it's been, and this can really give you the boost now that you can try and get into 1A next season.
Yeah, absolutely. We've 3 games left. We're sitting in second. We want to hold on to a home semi, hopefully, and it's all to play for now. So today's a good kickstart now for the next 2 weeks.
Derek, thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the celebration. We'll just get your captain, Kevin, us here. Kevin, just try and sum that one up.
It was incredible. We knew that it was going to be a tough battle with Crescent. It always has been. They came out all guns blazing for the first 20-30 minutes, but we knew that we needed to just stick in the fight. And we were hoping that our bench and our fitness would hold through at the end, and thankfully it did.
big performance needed. I suppose when you go 10-0 down, they really kicked back into place just before half time. How big a moment was that try from Angus just to give you that lift going into half time?
It was massive. We knew we were letting ourselves down in certain aspects of the game, and we knew we just needed to build, get that 3 points, get that try, stick in it into half time, and we done that. And Angus, he's been incredible for us all year. He just pulled it out of the bag and we just built from there. They frustrated us. They were really smart in what they done. Like, they didn't give us any platform from our maul, which has been a real good platform for us for the full year. So when you take that out, it's hard to get go forward balls. So they had their homework done on us, and they really gave it to us.
You know, they're a team that you met last year in Division 2A. You've had some big battles with them over the years, and today was always going to be the same question. Of course, you did pull away in the second half, got those scores, the tries started to form, and I suppose you were just waiting to hear that final whistle sound.
Without a doubt, like, we knew once we built the lead that we had a strong bench to come on and finish it off, which they did. So it was all about just building, and we knew come 67 minutes that we'd crack them, but credit to them, they fought tooth and nail until the 80th minute, and like I said in my speech, like, I think it will reignite their season like it did for us 2 years ago. You're the underdog going in, and hopefully we get to play them many years to come.
Those scars were probably still there coming into this game from that defeat to young Munster in 23. How big a moment is it for the club and even for yourself as the captain to get over the line today and to win this competition for the first time in your history?
It's incredible. Like, you play rugby to set your own goals and make your own history, and we're the first team in Nenagh, the first team in Tipperary to win the Senior Cup. It's such a prestigious cup, and I know we've been itching for it. Once we won the semi-final, all eyes were on it. We went in as favourites, and it's probably a card that we're not too comfortable with, and you could see that in the first 10 minutes. We were scrappy, and we didn't do ourselves justice, but thankfully we pulled together at half time. Coaches spoke about what we needed to work on. We worked on it, we started to get our scores, and to be able to make history with the club, it's something special. It's hard to put into words.
No rest for the wicked. You'll be back out into the AIL now next Saturday?
We will, and look, to be able to get a win here, it can ignite your season as well. Like, we're hopefully a win or two away to being guaranteed in the top four, so it's all about momentum from here. And to win a Senior Cup, you're going to have, like I said there, we've 20 lads that didn't even get a chance to put on jerseys today. They're going to be fighting for a jersey next week, and I'm sure that there'll be 3 or 4 of them that more than likely to get one.
Okay, Kevin, thank you very much for joining us. Very best of luck. Of course, Nenagh with the AIL to worry about now. Next week, of course, sitting in second place in Division 1B of the Energy All-Ireland League. Munster Senior Cup champions as well, of course, sponsored by Bank of Ireland. Hope you enjoyed our live broadcast of the clash this afternoon. Nenagh, the champions, will go home with some silverware and will look to kick on now for the remainder of their season. Thank you very much for joining us live here from Thomond. We'll see you next time.